This is the plaintiff, Stephanie Ledesna. She says she rented from the defendants. It was a nightmare dealing with those people, and because she was harassed mercilessly, she was subsequently fired from her job. The whole situation's just awful. Her son's teachers are even sending notes home saying her son's afraid to come home from school because of his mean landlord. She's suing for $3,000, the amount she's out. These are the defendants, Iberto and Petra Burgos. They say renting to the plaintiff was a nightmare, a real nightmare. The woman up and just stopped paying rent out of the blue for no reason at all. As far as her claim, she was fired because she harassed her at the job. That's simply not true. Bottom line, owe her money? Ha! They're accused of driving a tenant out.
Stephanie Ledesna? Mm-hmm. Is it Ledesna?
Ledesna.
Okay. Mm-hmm. You are suing Heriberto and Petra Burgos?
Yes.
For $3,000 in security deposit, lost wages. These are your former landlords. Tell me what's going on.
All right. I moved in, if I'm not mistaken, it was May 1st, 2010. And I have working Section 8, so they pay a portion of my rent, and then I pay my portion, which at the time it was $200. That was fine. I got there.
Is this a two-family home?
Yes,
yeah.
It is.
And you live on which part?
I live on the second floor.
Okay, and you live on the first floor.
Mm-hmm.
And you moved in there with a child?
Two.
Two children.
One was 4 at the time, Malachi, and then my youngest, which is 1 at the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so go on. And Section 8, of course, is government-assisted housing.
Yes.
So they help to pay your rent. Go ahead.
Yeah, they pay a portion, and then I pay my portion.
So now, so you moved in May, and what goes wrong?
October I had a kiddie party for my son. I had some kids come over. It was about 8, I would say about 8 kids total. They were partying. I had let them know in advance. I told them that it was going to be from about 3 to about 6. So I told them that there was going to be a little bit of music, which is the Halloween music, the themes and stuff like that. Fine. All of a sudden, I get knocks at the door at about 4 o'clock. The kids are jumping. The kids are too loud. And I said, okay, I did explain to you it's a Saturday. There are kids over. I do understand they're jumping. I'm going to try and stop them. But that's how kids think they're dancing. That's where it started. Then all of a sudden, she knocked on the door again at 5 o'clock. The kids need to go. It's too much.
Okay, but you're in October.
Yeah.
And you continued to live there.
Yeah.
And everything was fine. Take me into 2011, because you got me stuck in October of 2010.
Okay, so.
But that, I guess, it's my fault because I asked you the question, when did things start going wrong? And the answer to that is that you didn't see eye to eye about your rights as a tenant to have a party. I gotcha. Now, you say that she stopped paying her portion of the rent when?
As of May 2011.
May 2011. Yeah. That's her first beef, so let's start there. So now it's May. Do you pay your portion for May?
No, because when
Do you pay your portion for June?
No.
July?
No.
August?
No.
September?
Nope.
When do you move?
October 15th.
October?
Evicted.
So you didn't pay any of those months your portion?
No.
Okay. And your portion was $200 all of those months?
$200 in May. It went up. It was increased as of June, I believe, to $535.
Now, that's the document I saw that says $435. May I see your document?
I'm sorry, $400. It is $435.
Yeah, it's not that $100 increase wasn't granted.
I made a mistake on it.
Oh, well, that's it. I don't like that mistake.
I'm sorry.
Okay. I don't want to think somebody's trying to take me down the
path. No, I'm not trying to do that.
Okay.
I'll get the document.
You do have the documents from Section 8 saying because your job pays better or whatever. Let me see your document.
This is the...
That you have, from here on in, you pay $435.
Yeah.
And you not only did you not pay $435, you wouldn't even pay the $200.
No.
And why not?
Because I received a set of house rules that she also had attached, and on those house rules, it stated that I wasn't receiving my security deposit back. So I told her, well, if I'm not receiving my security deposit, or if I don't receive a letter stating that you're going to give me back my security deposit at the end of my tenancy, I'm going to live out my security deposit.
In the house? All right. Okay. Why do you send her a letter saying? Did you send this letter? House rules.
That was attached to the notice of rent increase.
Okay.
That was given to her.
Commencing May 1, your tenancy status will convert from leasing to month tenant. The security deposit will not be returned at the end of your tenancy. Why not?
It could have been a typo on my end. I should have reread it before I gave it to her. I had no intention on keeping her deposit. One of our discussions were, if you submit the keys, return the keys to us after you move out, and leave the apartment in the same condition you received it, you'll get your deposit
That's not
back.
what your house rules say. All right, so in any event, you decide, well, fine, then I'll live out my security deposit, which you're not really entitled to do, but that's what you did.
Yeah, no,
okay, so why are you suing for your security deposit here today?
Oh, because I needed, in order, because what she ended up doing. No,
well, why didn't you say so?
No, I mean, I needed it, not needed that, but I needed to get this clear so that I can get my transfer request. Because right now, because of her writing that I owe her $3,000.
I'm not understanding.
She wrote a letter.
Why are you, what gives you legal entitlement to get back a security deposit that you have just testified under oath you lived out? In fact, you lived out more than that, because if that's correct then that's $200 for, when did she stop paying? May?
She started as of, exactly.
Yeah,
May. Everybody agrees. There's not even a disagreement. That's $200 you owe for May. $435 you owe for June.
Yeah.
$435 you owe for July. $435 you owe for August. $435 you owe for September, and $435 you owe for October. You owe them $2,375 in rent. What are you complaining about?
No, because then in October, I only lived there for 15 days.
That doesn't matter. You got to give, did she give 30 days?
Nope.
Did you give 30 days?
Nope.
30 days what? Notice?
Yeah.
I was evicted. They knew I was moving out on the 15th.
Okay, you know what? I'll give you that. Forget it. I'm not even going to argue about that for. Hold on. Okay, so go on.
What I needed was to clear this off so that I could get my transfer paper. Section 8 is not going to give me a transfer request until they say that I'm cleared from my whole entire record, that I've paid or whatever the case may be. But I don't feel I owe them because she caused me to lose my job. So I'm out a whole month of $1,600, $1,600.
You say that they owe you $1,600 in wages. Why?
Because her constant harassment. I got a letter exactly from my old job stating my ex.
Let me see your letter. Were you calling her old job?
So if you don't pay rent, can the landlord call your place of work repeatedly and say, you haven't paid, you haven't paid, you haven't paid? What do you think?
No, sir.
Why not?
Because it's harassment.
Yeah, but you haven't paid the money, right?
Oh, I think he's totally within his rights to get the money any way he can.
Okay, yeah, and you're going to be the tiebreaker.
I don't think so. I think it's a form of harassment. He can't call your place of work. He can always call your home, but not your job.
We will find out going inside the courtroom.
I called her twice.
Do you have phone records?
No.
All right. July 6, 2011. The constant harassment from your current landlord, Mrs. Burgos, is interfering with your concentration at work. We have spoken to Mrs. Burgos and asked her to stop calling. Is that correct?
No.
You called her at her office how many times?
Twice. Every time I spoke to her when she arrived at home.
Did you ever call the police to file a harassment charge?
They not for my job or anything like that, but I have
you
called
lost your job over it, and you didn't.
But I have called the police over to the house a bunch of times, but I never got a report.
Okay, but if the company's telling you they're firing you over that because it's so constant, it would help if I could see a police report on that, where you've complained about the harassment. What would really help is phone records, because they have phone records.
Yeah.
You know? As a matter of fact, she has had people calling on her behalf to speak with the owner and myself regarding your children, the noise levels she believes they are. What are you, the Grinch? Noise.
I must be, because
the noise level she believes they are. Was she noisy?
Very. They were a nuisance.
All right. So were you calling? If I contact this company, what are they going to tell me about how many times you called?
I don't know what they're going to say. I've only called twice, and I've spoken to her
Did you have
directly.
other people call?
Never.
Okay. So her legal theory here is that you cost her wages because you made her lose her job by calling there incessantly. All right. Do you have any proof of your wages?
I don't have the pay stubs. I just have a printout of what they had given me.
Okay, so basically everything you have could be done on a word processor.
Well, yeah,
both this and that, because it's not a notarized statement. I don't, you know, and that is another print. So both things can be done on a word processor, right? Okay. May I see what you've got? Did you ever hear her in July? Did she ever tell you anything about you made me lose my job?
Nope. When we went to court on July 19th...
Did rent go down because she lost her job?
Nope, it went up.
If she really lost her job, she now gets Section 8 pays more, she pays less.
Right.
So since I'm trying to figure out if she really lost her job because she's saying she did, you're saying, I don't know what she's talking about, Judge. She never told me that. I didn't call more than twice. There's no phone records here to verify it. I'm saying, well, wait, there's one more thing that can verify it. The notice from Section 8 that her portion went down again and they're going to pay more because she's jobless.
Right.
And that's what I'm not seeing. So I am not persuaded by your $1,600 lawsuit. I'm also certainly not persuaded by your $1,400 part of your lawsuit for security deposit that you admit you did not pay because of her letter to you. Section 8 should be persuaded by that. I find that $1,400 of the rent that they are claiming you owe them, you do not owe them because they kept your security deposit, and they had, I haven't heard any reason why that would happen otherwise. So if in fact the rent that you owe them is 2157.50, right?
She actually left October 18th. That's when she moved out.
So it's $200 for May, $435 for June, $435 for July, $435 for August, $435 for September, and I'm going to say $250 for October. And that leaves us with rent due in the amount of $2,190. If I subtract from that the $1,400 in security deposit, that leaves rent due in the amount of $790. That is what I find that you owe in rent. That's not in front of me because I didn't counterclaim, but you need to pay these people if you want to keep your Section 8.
And
I find against you on all the other matters for the reasons that we've already discussed.
Yeah, that's fine.
And therefore, on your lawsuit against them, I find in favor of the defendants.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, the defendant gets this decision here in People's Court. You think she really had it in for you and your family? Why?
Yeah, she did. She
Why?
knocked on my door
Why would
every
she?
day. Because, I don't know, she's vindictive.
Why against you? Why?
Because of my kids.
Why'd she
in the
pick you up?
apartment. I don't know.
Right? Well, if it was so bad, why'd you stay there for so long?
Because of the Section 8. If I didn't have Section 8, I would have left a long time ago.
How's the little boy doing?
They're both fine
Okay.
in school.
All right.
Thank
All right,
you.
head right down this way, okay? All right, so come on in here. Tell me how you feel about the outcome of this case. You satisfied how the judges ruled here? Right
Yes.
next to her here.
Yes.
You right next to her, okay? Maybe it wasn't them making the noise or any way you could coexist with them?
No, you had to be there to know exactly what was
What
going
would it
on.
have been like?
It was
Give us an idea.
horrendous. It was
Give us an idea.
unbearable.
Describe it.
It was like if you're at the racetrack, horses running around. That was constant.
All right, Harvey?
If you could prove incessant calling caused the person to get fired, that could constitute legal harassment.